Hi, Stitchers.
This is the Pattern Queen Flosstube number 11, and today is December the 8th, 2019. We are in festive wear today. This is my little Santa Claus penguin scarf.
Oh, so cute. And I have bad hair today, so wow.
Nothing says festive like a leopard print Santa hat.
Oh my gosh. Keisha got to meet a couple of the kitties this morning.
I think I've met all of them now.
Yeah. So they can't all be out, and two of them, well, one of them, it's her time to be put away for the day. So anyway.
I wish I had a time to be put away for the day.
Me too. Put me away and let me stitch.
Right.
I worked exceptionally hard yesterday, and I do not have to sew today.
That's wonderful. So today is Laura's sewing day.
I am stitching.
Hold all of her calls.
Yep. We're watching football, yelling at the TV, and stitching.
Wonderful.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to start off like normal with some Love You More sleeves. And I have to, I'm going to keep looking down. I have my list of what all the names are. I let Keisha pick which ones I should show. So the first one is called Stealing Christmas. And this one is a huge print. I want to go this way. So you see like the Grinch is on the fold. Katie really tried with this, but it's just such a spread out print that it just doesn't show as well. And I love that plaid inside.
The Grinch is, if I watch no other Christmas movies during the season, the animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas is my movie. Like, I need to watch that. I think I have it memorized.
We watched the short one, and then we also like the Jim Carrey.
Oh, right.
Because, you know.
Well, it's
Jim
hard
Carrey.
to hate Jim Carrey.
Yeah. This one is called Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. I'm so happy because Keisha shares my love of Charlie Brown.
If I can only watch two Christmas movies, Charlie Brown Christmas is my second one.
This little guy is Shermie, right? Or is the green
that
one
one's
Shermie? So what is this guy's name? Do you remember?
I forget his name.
I just love the little,
like, I can hear
shrugged up shoulders.
The song Lucy and Linus, whatever you're holding. Do 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 do.
Da 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 da. Yes. And inside this one is Christmas lights.
I didn't look inside that. That's so cute.
They're kind of big, but you know, it's Charlie Brown.
Right.
You have to have those. I'm going to put them in front of you.
All right.
And then you can toss them if you want.
Okay.
So then the next one is called Jingle Bell. No,
Caroling
did I do the right?
snow.
Thank you.
She told me ahead of time.
I went through these. And this one, you can't see this, but it, there we go. It is all sparkle. There is gold overlay on all of these stripes, and it is just fabulous.
So
and inside this one is a really pretty green with lots of bows.
Yes.
So then, see, I got a
Nutcracker Tartan.
I'm so glad you're here. Katie says all the names. I never have to know them.
Well, so you just have to tell me them in advance now.
So we loved this one. I think this is one from last year. And look at the gold on it. It sparkles really nicely. And inside it,
ooh,
I love that. And it is all shimmer. So
that's very pretty.
Then there is North Pole Misfits.
Just look at the abominable sweater. Oh my goodness.
There you go. I'll get it up there for you.
So much.
And I think this is one that we had from last year also, but people kept ordering it. We had to go get it like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
So we had a little bit left over, and inside are just these great snowflakes. I love when we get one like this where you can see all the way through.
Yes.
And then my favorite, this one doesn't have a label yet, is Miracle on 34th Street. We just felt like it was nostalgic and all the Christmas shoppers out. Let me see where he is up here. I love the Santa leaning down with the little girl. So sweet. They're just
look at that dog window shopping.
I see that. That's so funny. And it is red and green, but it's kind of muted colors. Right. I really liked it. And inside it is this great plaid that would it's kind of a plaid check that kind of suits the era that the original. Oh, look, there's the label that Miracle on 34th Street came from.
Yeah.
So those are my 6.
They're so cute.
That Keisha chose.
I chose them. And I'm ordering 2 of those. The first 2.
That's funny. Okay, so next up, we weren't successful with finishes this week.
No, I was lucky to get any stitching in this week.
Keisha hasn't felt good this week.
No, I've been kind of sniffly and sneezy, and my body just likes to hibernate when it feels like it's going to get sick, so lots of sleeping happened this week.
I think I sent her messages and said, orange juice, water. Yeah. Vitamin C, water, yeah.
And I did. I chugged some apple juice. I drank a lot of water. I'm feeling better today.
So. That's good. I'm glad. So I brought along a previous finish. Today's prompt in the photo challenge, I'm trying to see, there we go, is Silent Night. And I was looking around the room and I really like this one. And I'm not sure that it's going to fit on much of the other things that we have. So it's a perfect time. Now, this one, I want you guys to see. So I'm going to get real close. Look at this. It's on Ada. Wow. I stitched on Ada. This is from years and years and years, like from the 90s. And I was telling Keisha it was either a kit from the Current magazine, or it was from Creative Circle. And I'm not thinking it was the Creative Circle. That was a home party thing. But somebody out there is going to know that, and you're going to tell me the answer so that I know. But I love this one. I love realistic bunnies, and this one I just felt like was perfect. The other thing that's really cool, I'll point here. Look at this. There are all of these straight stitches added to it just to make it look like a real tree. Wow. And I thought that was really, really awesome. They did some fun things, just popped in, not hardly any back stitching. I think that's why I loved it. I back stitched the bunny's tail and the branches, and then those straight stitches on the tree, and that's it. I also was telling Keisha, I think I would have liked if it would have maybe been on blue, like my wall, or maybe a soft green. I just think it would have given more definition to all of that snow and prettiness.
But it's still beautiful.
Thank you. It's one that I love and that I hang every year. So you can see I have lots of craziness behind me, but there's some that are very, very nostalgic. When I first got married, I've told you this before too. My mother-in-law, probably before we got married, my mother-in-law said that her goal was to have to take every picture down off of her walls and replace them with cross stitch. And I did take everything down here. We still haven't fixed these. They're too close. These, the snowman and the little shepherd's bush piece, they need to move over. I gotta go this way. It's backwards. I know that they need to move this way, but it's backwards on here. So. Right. And we just haven't gotten that done yet. And I have a bunch of pillows and things up, and this wall has a few, but I need to frame some things so that I replace everything on that wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of cross stitch in this house, guys. I think there are more things on the walls right now than I've finished since I started cross stitching.
I've been cross stitching a few years longer than you. What was our discussion yesterday? You said that you think you started.
I think I started around 2002, 2003. So it's been a while. I was a teenager when I started stitching.
So by 2002, I had already been stitching for probably 15 years.
Okay. So we got a little time on it.
Yeah, I'm pushing 30 years of cross stitch. Between 25 and 30. I've been stitching in one form or another since I was really little.
Wow, how great to have such an enduring hobby.
It's fun. I like it. It's definitely gotten my attention.
Right.
And I'm busy and I'm chatty so much of the time that it's good to have something that makes me sit down and kind of relax and settle and be quiet.
Right. But you can also be chatty when you cross stitch.
Yes. Next Saturday, we're having a stitch together in the Kansas City area. And Keisha doesn't get to go.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry that I have to miss it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to Worlds of Fun, which is our local amusement park. They're doing a Christmas thing, and we're going with a few of our friends, one of whom has a 3-year-old, and so that will be a lot of fun.
It will be so magical.
Yes.
Are you going to stay long enough for the lights to come on?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And drink lots of hot chocolate.
Yes, that's the good thing.
Yes. Okay, so as some of you may know, I've started a Christmas calendar from Tiny Modernist. So here's it, if you've forgotten what it looks like. And my plan was to stitch a block every single day. and I was sick, so it didn't really happen. All of the blocks are started.
You stitched in a block every day.
I stitched in a block every day. So we have the angel on the first, the starts of a Christmas tree on the second, and then the numbers. And part of a 7. Yesterday was not a good stitching day.
I was trying to figure out what that was.
Yeah, it's the start of a 7. So hopefully I can get more progress on this this week.
So do you have stitch time today?
I will have a little bit of stitch time today. But I don't know. I told my husband that we could do whatever he wanted to do today. So it may be video game time today.
Oh, so, fun.
But anyway, not a whole lot of progress this week, but there was some stitching done.
By the way, it is really grainy picture because it is gray.
Oh,
we are trying lots of lights and it's just not working.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, that December weather.
December in Missouri. Yes. So my whips this week. I've been using the photo challenge to kind of help me out.
Right.
And I think it's day 2 that was, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. And I have this great pattern from White Willow Stitching that's Tribal Hippo. You may have seen Stephanie from Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. Oops, I bumped the table. Stitch this one up, and hers was so cute. And she talked about the hippo at the Cincinnati Zoo. And I'm like, okay, I love that freaking adorable thing. So I'm going to have to do it. So I did put a little bit of stitching in on this guy this week. Do I have him on there?
Yes. I love your fabric for this one.
Thank you. I think this one is, I don't think I kept the thing in here. I want to say it's like Tempest from PTP.
Wow. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Picked a really good floss for it.
You know, I picked the fabric first. Okay, you guys are always talking about how to change and choose things. So for me, the fabric was more important than the floss.
Right.
Because I knew I could choose a plain fabric and a fun floss, or I could choose a fun fabric and a plain floss.
Right.
And I opted for the fun fabric because darn, I like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to get to use your fun fabrics.
Right.
So these things where you choose one floss and you just go. This is an overdye. This is Weeks Dye Works Deep Sea, but it has a really subtle variegation in it, and that's it. So I think I put part of his jaw on down here. I really probably only did about 50 stitches that day, but you know, that's 50 more than he has seen in a long, long time. Right. So
any progress is good progress.
And then mostly for the photo challenge, I took pictures of things from my wall because, you know, you like to get to show your stuff off.
Right. It's not often that we like re-show our finishes. We show them whenever we finished them, and then that's it. But it's kind of nice to break out the old finishes.
And I have this great bag that I got from a viewer, and I love this. And immediately I knew what would go in it. It is not a Christmas bag, but it's blingy, like all get out.
It really is.
It's fabulous. So I decided that my blingy struggle piece should go in the prettiest bag that I own. Look, I covered your face right up.
Okay.
So I have Just Nan's Snowfire Christmas, and it is just a struggle piece. It just takes me forever, and sometimes I do not have the amount of patience that I need to work on this one. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get that open. I put my needle in afterwards. So first thing I did when I got going is that it was hard for me to get this band started, and I realized it's because it needed to be even with this band clear up here.
Oh.
So I started a basting stitch right up there and pulled it straight down. Now the silly thing I did is that I put it right where the stitches are. So I do have to pull it as I go, but it only took me about 10 minutes to get that basting stitch in, and I know that I have enough. I only have this much of my project left, and I think I went over by about 10 stitches.
Oh, wow.
So
You're getting there.
I am, and I added this band, and in our group, Whatcha Stitchin', I had posted and said, "Hi, I'm Laura, and I have a Christmas struggle project. Anybody else want to struggle along with me?" And my friend Deanna popped out her Rocky Mountain Christmas, and she put some stitches in.
Oh,
And I
wow.
know that is a struggle for her. She has taken all of these challenges and really made the most of them this year.
Right. It's been great.
So, but I was really happy. This one had 96 cross stitches, and then it had 44 beads. So I actually put 44 more crosses behind the beads. So I have
Right.
140 stitches in that one band. And it looks so
Wow.
tiny,
It
doesn't it?
does.
But yeah, this one I love this. Look at all the
just
crazy.
beautiful.
You see the sparkles, the treasures in
It's
there.
so pretty.
And in this band they're like, this one is like all beads. It's the craziest thing. And I don't mind the specialty stitches. I really don't mind all the things. I think I was struggle busting at the beginning because I was trying to do it without a beading needle.
Oh.
I was just using my regular needle. And some of these are really petite beads,
and they wouldn't. Yeah.
And so I was working on it at Panera one night, and Debbie Dewey was there, and she had an extra beading needle with it and gave it to me. And I've left it. Okay, here's something I can show you guys. Is it in here? I have my, what's it called? You guys know what this is, right? I can't think what it's called. It's my bead keeper, though.
A tacky bob?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I've never seen one.
So this is my tacky bob, and I left my needle over here because I'm going to get right back to it. Otherwise, I will not, I won't leave it in there. But I've put all of the beads, all of the general beads out there. I do have another bead that they said in small bag, and so my brain said that means I need to keep it separate. So when I use the small bag, I put them on the white side.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just dump out a few and use them. I had to use them in that band I just did. But, so, I think there's cat hair on there too. That is a beading needle. It is long. It has the tiniest eye imaginable. I spent more time trying to thread my needle than anything, but...
No, sometimes with beading needles, I almost have to just put a strand through and just put it in half instead of, how I regularly stitch with 2 strands.
I only put 1 strand behind my beads.
Oh, really?
But I do make a full cross, so they get it twice. But these are great, and this one is a mini.
Oh, okay.
The full-size one is almost twice this size. But I love this little mini because it's perfect to be an on-the-go thing, and I don't have a ton of beads in this thing, so well, I do, but
I may have to invest in one of those. I just have like a beading mat that I put out whenever I do beads.
I've seen that.
But I can't really travel with it. So usually if I'm beading on a project, I just do it at home. Or I probably the reason why I use 2 strands always when I bead is because I always do the Mill Hill kits. That's the only time I've ever really beaded on anything. And so it's perforated paper, so you need more strands. So, and Mill Hill just come in a bunch of separate little bags. And so I'll just carefully take it if I want to stitch on it whenever I'm somewhere else.
Okay, so next I have my Love You More La Sirenita sleeve. It's the Little Mermaid. You see her there? The Little Mermaid. Here's her tail. And all of her fun hair.
And her fish.
Yeah, her fish. So I'm an ELL para. And this week, my kids were all interested in what sleeves I had with me. They always are. And any of my Spanish speakers, I would say, oh, help me out. This one's called La Sirenita. Can you tell your friends here what that is? And they're all like, the Little Mermaid. And, the kids were just thrilled with that. So they like to be smart.
Who doesn't like to be smart?
So, okay, my Love You More, I'm going to show you inside if I can make it do this. My Love You More sleeve leaves about that much room at the top of a full-size chart. And this is I looked at this. It says Dickens Mittens, The Last Word. That's the name of the chart. My piece is actually called The Dickens, you say?
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
So I'm doing the house. I may have to do that little mitten when I get done because it's really cute. It says God blesses everyone.
I like it.
So, and I have been doing this absolutely with what's called for. So the only thing that's different is that I'm using R&R Reproductions 30 count Hog Wild Blue fabric. Didn't you like that? I just rattled that off today. And it's kind of a green blue. Mm-hmm. I thought about choosing something else, but I really like how theirs looks, and mine is really close.
Yeah, it is.
This house is killing me. I keep trying and I keep trying, and I think I'll get it done today.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, I probably will go pretty quickly through the lettering.
Yeah, you're really fast at stitching letters.
I like to do letters. I don't like to do houses. See?
Well, this one's going to make you not want to do houses again.
And then, do you guys see, I keep holding it right in front of your face. Can you see all of the little snowflakes in back? I am trying to decide if I'm going to do those with beads or maybe with acrylic.
I think little white beads would be really pretty.
And, I've already put the white stitches on here, so I won't take those out. Right. But I think the ones around, I'm sorry, they could be a little softer. And
yeah, I think that would be really pretty. It'd add a lot of interest.
What do you guys think? Beads? Acrylic?
Etoile.
Oh, etoile. DMC. Michelle will vote etoile.
Oh, yes.
Because that is Michelle's new favorite.
Current obsession, etoile.
I think, okay, so it was on the bird that I did. I finally got to see Michelle's Flosstube from last week. I am shaking the heck out of the camera. It's all of my floss that's in there for all of the projects. Right. There we go. I finally got to watch Michelle's video from last week, and she showed both of our models. It was so exciting.
Oh my goodness.
And she credited us. And,
You're famous.
We are. Because Michelle Bindi talked about us.
Right. Go check out those two patterns if you haven't. I'm going to have to pick up the snowbird because that one is beautiful.
She said she has plans for a series of birds. I wonder if I can be the bird lady like you're the Hildy lady. She says that you are Hildy.
Michelle is Hildy. I'm just Hildy's
friend. But I mean, she says you are the Hildy Stitcher.
Yes. I've called myself the Hildy Hag a time or two.
The Hildy Hag, that's funny. Oh, I gotta get a drink. Sorry.
Yeah, but go check out Bindi Stitchy Designs and go look at those because they're both really nice. Snowbird is more of a wintry sort of project, so you could keep that up all winter. And a very Hildy Yule is... it's kind of Christmassy, but there's also some Yule elements to it, and it's just kind of a fun festive season one. And
you really should go watch her video to check them out because the finishing is really cool. Yes. The one she did for the snowbird is it's a candy dish, and then it has holes around the edge. So you could put scissors and things if you want. Wow. But she took the lid off of the candy dish and turned it over. And she finished it on that side. So that, the tip that you would normally grab hold of to take the lid off is what goes down inside.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was very clever.
Yeah.
And then the one that she did for yours is on, it's a square one. And she didn't have it quite mounted yet. The bird that she did, it was funny because she had just laid the trim around the edge. She goes, you guys, it's not even done yet. And I think she didn't have the Hildy fully mounted either. Right. But, so let's talk about that because that's fun.
Okay, guys. So it's very exciting. As of right before we started recording this, we have 532 subscribers. 532 of you are like, yeah, I would like to see them on a weekly basis, and so we really appreciate that. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it because I haven't checked for a couple of days, and so the last time I checked, I think we had like 510, So when she told me 532 today, I was like, what?
It's exciting, isn't it? You're like,
it really
oh
is.
my gosh. Yeah. And I think part of it is that I remembered that I could post that in Stitch Mania.
Oh, right. It helps whenever you tell people that you're making videos, it turns out.
It's the silliest thing, right? We keep tagging ourselves on Instagram, but, you know, I'm sure people are going, well, isn't that presumptuous? The pattern queens? Yeah.
I'm not really the queen of anything.
Yes, you are. You're the queen in training.
Oh, okay.
How about that? You know what? You look kind of like you have a crown.
Oh, I do.
Because of, if you say, there you go. I keep seeing that on top of your head, and I'm like, did she? No, she doesn't have a headband today. The other thing I did is that I thought maybe it would be fun to do a little bit of a stash dive.
Oh.
So I don't even remember what's in here. Oh. I know it's Christmas because the bag is Christmassy.
Right. Oh, we should talk about the giveaway though.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
That's okay.
I got excited.
Okay, so we told you guys that if we hit 500 subscribers that we were going to give you something.
Mm-hmm.
And that is still the plan.
Yep.
Now, in a couple of weeks, Laura and I are going to go shopping at Heart's Desire in Topeka. Is it in
Wichita?
Wichita. I've never been, so I'm excited to go. And so we're going to maybe pick out some things while we're there. So look, in a couple of weeks or so, we'll put up some sort of giveaway that we won't call a giveaway.
Right.
But we'll have some sort of 500 subscriber giveaway where you could...
It'll be an extravaganza.
So, be on the lookout for that.
I interrupted you. We'll have a giveaway where you can...
Oh, where we'll both have something up for offer and you can decide which of our things you'd like.
So we'll tell you in a couple of weeks what you need to say. Mm-hmm. We'll show you what we get.
Yes.
We're either going the 21st or the 28th. Right. So it may even be the beginning of next year, which will be kind of a cool new year.
Yeah, right? Definitely. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's fun to have you come back and watch. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my stash dive. So this is a bag from Judy. I always call them Starkey stash bags. Oh. She said she doesn't want that because she doesn't use her last name, but they're just fabulous.
It's a Judy beauty.
There you go. And I love these little reindeer. They're so cute. And there's a nice little snowflake pattern in the background too that's real subtle. And Judy always puts some kind of fun button that matches, and just so you know, she puts a button on the inside too to stabilize this, which I think is nice. And then the inside of this one is just stripe. Isn't that cute?
So cute.
So let's see what Christmas goodness I put in here and promptly forgot about.
All right.
Oh, look, yes. Okay, so maybe some of you guys can help me out with this one. I had this kit from Current. And I have this, and I have all the instructions and how to stitch. I have all of the, I have a couple or 3 more of the Ada that was in here, which probably at this point I would change out to linen. And I have the cards that you put them in and the envelopes. What do I not have?
Well, I don't know how to stitch it because you don't have a pattern.
Right. And I have no idea where the pattern went.
Oh, goodness.
With all of this stuff, and all of the thread is gone, which that doesn't bother me.
You could sub.
Yeah. But I never made myself one of these. Oh. I made a couple of these and gave them. Actually, I think I bought 2 kits, and this had 4 cards in it. So I've stitched 5 of these and don't have one for myself. And I don't have the pattern. Wow. So if any of you guys have this or can get your hands on this, you know, if I can borrow it and
Stitching SOS,
I will send it back to you. I just need the pattern. And, you know, obviously I bought it. Right. I have everything.
Right. Oh, that's frustrating.
Now, the cute thing, I'm going to tell you this too, because I thought this was the most darling thing. My brother-in-law took his. It's embossed. It has all of that. I think it's holly all the way around. My brother-in-law took his and popped it in a 5x7 frame.
Oh, wow. How nice.
And so it's all protected behind glass and everything. Mm-hmm. And it gets stored away with the Christmas stuff, and it comes out every year and sits up in their house. I love that. And I don't know that I would have thought to do that. Mm-hmm. So, let's see what else I have. This was like the preview issue from Just Cross Stitch from 2015. Oh, I popped this one in here. That was fun, right?
Yeah.
Let the frolicking begin. This is from Amy Brookin. And I love her stuff. And I started this for Stitch Mania this year. So this is on a piece. Oh, and look, the fabric was new for 2015. So that kind of fits, right?
Right.
I didn't start it then. I started it this year. Mm-hmm. Fabric from 2015. Arctic 28 count from PTP. And that's what I got done. That should be finished, right? Look at those crazy socks.
Oh, man, I love that.
And I have all my fun little colors out of, it looks like my sister-in-law's stash that she gave me of floss. Wow. Because that's her handwriting.
So you're just ready to go on that one.
I am.
Pick it back up.
Oh, I've never started this one. A different sister-in-law gave me this one. And I love him. She gave me so much stuff to go with it. This one is called Song of Christmas. This is a lavender and lace pattern. And this is the picture.
Wow.
I just love that.
Yes.
So sweet. And she gave me, or I bought, this is like my favorite PTP fabric. And I have like older fabrics, you guys. So my colors are oftentimes a little different. This is Crystal Highland Belfast, so 32 count. And I have a huge piece.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Normally they go, it takes the whole thing. I will have to see what it will take. I love this.
Yeah, that'll be so pretty on that.
I think that's the same color that my Santa of the Forest is on.
Oh, really?
So that would make 2 lavender and lace Santas on the same color, just this one is crystal. Mm-hmm. And I have a couple of the things. She really was nice and bought me good stuff. She bought me the Whisper and the Nordic Gold. And then she bought me several things. I always tell you I haven't done any Mill Hill kits, but I have beaded plenty.
Right.
And this one has all of these. So I really think I've got what I need to get going.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Whisper is the worst floss if you're a floss licker. Don't do it. Don't do it. I did it on accident because I used Whisper as the Santa beard in one of the projects that I did, and I didn't even think about it. And I just kind of licked the end and had fuzzy tongue the rest of the day. So don't do it, floss lickers. Don't do it. Come up with a different method if you're going to use Whisper.
I really should start this one. I've had it for a long. I say that about everything though, because really I have enough stash for 16 people. Because what did I just tell you I think I need? What's that one called?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the Tiny Modernist Christmas mystery solve for this year.
I just love it. It's so stinking cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I don't know if it's right here that I have a picture of it. No, those are...
And the last part of the pattern was just released not too long ago.
You'd probably find it faster than me.
Well, I'm looking because you sent me the link to it.
Oh, okay. See, that would work. Huh?
That would probably be a faster way to find that. But I can't remember what you... Oh, there it is.
I love this.
It is Christmas Village.
And then Keisha made me think because...
Isn't that cute?
Look at the drum down there. So you can finish them like drums too. And Keisha said, you could stack them all up.
Have a little cake.
It would be so cute.
Right.
If you could vary your counts then they would get progressively smaller.
That's a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Then it would look like a cake, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is Beggar's Christmas from Threadwork Primitives. I love this. You know my crow obsession. See, I keep trying to uncover your face, except I'm challenged and I go backwards.
It's fine. They know that I'm here, even if they can't see me.
And at the bottom it just says DEC and it has the 25 at the top.
Cute.
There you go. And I started this on 40 count linen. And I think sometimes maybe that's my problem, is that I'm struggling a little bit. Although, oh, that's the back. When the back looks, here's the back. Want to see the back? When the back looks almost like the front, that is my 40 count little tree. Yeah, it goes this way. I'm hoping I think I started from the center though, so hopefully I have enough room. I should.
Looks like maybe that's the bottom one. The bottom.
Because this went so far up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe.
But 40 count is always deceptive anyway, but that's it. And this may be, I was trying to think what color this is. Maybe it's Heritage that I'm using.
It looks a little bit like Heritage.
Then I think I just pulled out a couple that I maybe thought I would start. So there's this one from the Sunflower Seed.
Wow.
I love that one.
Yeah.
This will be coming up in our photo
That's
challenge.
true.
Or has it already?
I don't think we've had.
Yet, right?
Do you hear what I hear yet?
So that would be really pretty to show that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then my last one is just a silly one.
It is silly.
And I obviously bought it at a Kansas Stitchers garage sale. This one is Joy from Bent Creek, and I love this series. These are the ones where it's always the alphabet, and then they put the word, you see the word joy there, and they make it fit in there, whatever word they're using. They make it bigger, and usually in a different color. It's red, so that it'll fit. I love this crazy thing.
That is cute.
I may have to pull this out and do it, because, yeah. So this bag was full of some goodness.
Yeah, it was.
Quick stash dive. Let me put them back in. And I should finish this because it won't take me any time. Please, please, please. Help me find it.
It's amazing what you have like tucked away in bags that you kind of forget that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I kind of do that sometimes too. I'll find something and I'll be like, oh man, I really loved that pattern. Why did I ever stop stitching it? Right. I guess we're up to plans.
What do you think?
Well, my plan is to hopefully get more progress on Christmas calendar this week than I did
My plan is
week.
to stitch. Yeah.
That's always the plan. But if we're getting more detailed on the plan,
yes.
Christmas calendar.
Oh, and something fun that we've been doing with our Whatcha Stitching group is that we're talking about what we're going to do next year. Next year is 2020, the year of perfect vision.
Perfect vision.
So, and I don't think we said that in our group yet.
No, we haven't.
But
big reveal right
there
here.
you
You
go.
heard it here first.
2020, how can you not do that?
Right.
I mean, perfect vision. So we're trying to be proactive and get started with it. And Keisha and I have been talking about how you can get prepared for the next year. I am not really, really good at planning. I love to do a stash dive, but I'm not really good at focusing and choosing the things. So I'm thinking that these questions are going to help. And like, I didn't do stuff this week, stash dive wise. Our question was go through your stash, do a stash dive, not a question really. And
then tell us about if you found anything in your stash that you have that you forgot about, or something that you were really excited and you just haven't started it yet. Or the opposite, if you have something that you bought previously that you're like, oh, that's not really me anymore.
Amy loves toads. I watched her latest video and she was showing this one that she has. It's a Kathy Barrick that has all the butterflies. I can't think what it's called. I think it's a year. Anyway, butterflies or moths. And she started it on fabric that is brighter than what she normally uses. She normally uses natural linens. And this one's really pretty. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's decided she just doesn't like it. She made her own conversion. Um, she just isn't happy with it. So she is getting rid of the whip. And I'm like, me, because that's what she said to do. Say me. So.
Right.
But I love it how she started it. And, she said she just was kind of going through things and she still loves most of her whips.
Mm-hmm.
But that one, she just knows she will not do.
Right. And, if there's something that you will not finish, then, pass it to someone who would. Or if you haven't made too much progress on it, maybe you only have about 50 or 100 stitches in it, then you can take out that floss and still use that piece of fabric.
I think she was a little disappointed because she's a center starter.
Oh, right.
So she has it right in the middle of her fabric. But I did see somebody, I can't think who did this. Somebody had done a little bit of a project and decided that they didn't want to do the rest. They weren't having fun. So they cut it apart and made little ornaments out of it and sent it to friends.
Oh, wow. That's a really nice
Isn't that
idea.
fun?
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would have the nerve to cut it all apart and do that.
Right.
But, it was good. And then the rest of her fabric she could still use. So.
Yeah, but so we're just encouraging everyone to just kind of go through your stash and see what forgotten treasures you have in your stash, or what you just don't really,
what you're not in love with anymore, right?
Yeah.
So this next week, what are we doing? We asked them to talk about things, and then this next week, what are we? Do you remember what we're doing?
I think this week we are going to have everyone look at their whips that they have and maybe pick however many you think work for you to finish during next year. So, if I'm working on a bunch of bigger projects, maybe
You're so good.
I can only do a few projects, finish up a few of my whips. Whereas if you do mostly small ones or medium ones, you could maybe, do 10. So this week we're going to encourage that you've done a stash dive, or if you haven't, just try to do some time this month and look at what whips you have and what whips do you want to finish in 2020.
And then we're going to talk about choose some struggle projects while you're looking at those whips, because and not a bunch. I mean, don't pull out all the things that you struggle with, and I'm not going to say that you hate.
Right.
Because if you hate something, you shouldn't stitch it.
Right. Well, and there are some things, like I'm stitching a few gifts that aren't really my taste, and they're things that I really want to get done because I would like to give them to the person, that I'm stitching them for, and so, but I just kind of struggle with them because since it isn't my taste, it's not what I grab first. So probably a few of those will be my struggle project. I also have a Haid that I was all gung-ho about at the beginning of this past year, and then I just kind of stopped because I got burnt out.
Cute.
Yeah, I love it, but I just got burnt out because I was doing like 1,000 stitches on it a week.
I even made Katie buy fabric because it was so cute that it went with it. It's pink pig.
Yeah, it's a pig. It's a pig that's flying, and it's so cute. But you work on something consistently, and you just get burnt out. You don't want to pick it up again.
And I mean, I think we were saying if you have them 3 to 5 struggle projects, so that you're not just choosing one and making yourself crazy.
Right. Because I have one that I'm doing on black Ada with 3 strands, and oh man, it's gonna look so cool when it's done. But if I had to work on that
every time we talked about a struggle project,
I would probably just give up on it. And it's one of those that I'm doing as a gift.
And I've seen you pull it out, and you make good progress in the week that you decide to do it. You did it for magical stitches most of the time when you pulled it, right?
Right. Well, and then there was one year during Mania, I decided that I was going to put in, I think it was in 2017 maybe. So I told myself I was going to get at least 17 stitches in on it a day. And I did. And I did that for the entire month of May. That was just
you can make good progress that way.
Yeah. But
so like I told you, I only put about 50 stitches in the hippo. That's okay.
Right. So we're encouraging you just to kind of evaluate what things you have that you kind of struggle a little bit. And we'll all be stitching on our struggle projects together. So that helps.
And then I think we're going to talk about what your when we were talking about whips, one thing that we wrote in here for ourselves was try to vary the size.
Right. Because having some small ones give you like mini finishes,
And we love
year.
that. Sometimes you need that pick me up.
Right. Sometimes you just need that extra motivation that, I finished something.
Do you ever go in and think, I just need to finish something? I need to just finish something. And I like that when I can go and just pull something and say, this one's close, I'm going to do it. And then I seem to really, really pump it out. So
right.
I think I counted the other day, just kind of roughly counted, and in one evening, on that house, I had put in over 500 stitches, wow. Which is probably why that house is taking me so long, because I did that, and then it's like. But the other thing we're going to have you think about are some new starts, and again, vary your size on that. What patterns have you collected in the last few years that maybe you that you keep thinking, oh, I'll start that one when, and then they just kind of slide back because these designers,
there's always something new and great to buy and stitch.
Yes. I mean, the stacks from Plum Street. I'm just having the most fun watching all of those. And I've bought a couple. But yeah. So, maybe go through and look at those things that you loved enough to buy and pull some out and decide that you're going to start them. And I wouldn't pull a whole bunch because that category you're going to add to all next year.
Right, because of course you're going to want to buy some new Sal or some new pattern that comes out in July. And, you don't want to lock yourself in.
You're going to be good in January. You're going to be good in February. Then they're going to have market in March. And you're all going to go, I have to have 14 new projects.
Oh, that one thing that I was going to start, I need that new fabric that came out from Picture This Plus.
Ooh, and yeah, the colors are going to be so pretty.
We got to see those.
So, think about that and just pull a few things that you really, really love. I'm kind of a list maker. So a lot of times I will pull out things. I tend to go through my stash and just pull a bunch of stuff. And then I go back through and I cull. And I just choose my top ones. But I try and list everything that I pulled out so that when I finish something and I'm going, what do I want to start? I can go to that list and say, oh yeah, I pulled these out. I wanted to start these.
And one fun thing that Laura did with her 13 Halloween starts that she did is she brought just like a stack of stuff to Panera one night. And she's like, here's my stack of Halloween things. Just pick your favorite ones and I'll kind of look at them and see if those kind of line up with me. So, hey, find your stitchy friends. Go through each other's stashes. Pick for each other. That's fun.
Yes, Keisha and Vicky are like the best because they're so excited. They're like little kids when I bring a bag of stash.
Because who doesn't want to look at fun patterns?
And some of my stuff is really, really old and some of my stuff is newer. So you get and I am eclectic. Like nobody's business. You can tell from my wall. I am eclectic. And I think you get a crazy range of projects when I pull things out. But I'm trying to discover new designers here and there. I think that's why I was interested in the Tiny Modernist piece because I keep watching yours and they're so cute. I started Satsuma Street a couple of years ago because I saw so many of my friends starting to pull those. I think Halloween Cat was big that year. And I pulled the one with the bunny. Sweet Spring.
Oh, yes.
I love springtime stitching. So I do have one that I want to start, which is I bought Carolyn Manning Flower a Day.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had it for more than a year now. Or I bought it right about this time last year. And I think I even have a big enough piece of fabric to do it. And I would like to get it and pull some flosses together and just stitch every day. Maybe what I should do is I have Vicky Clayton silks. And maybe what I should do is take all those and pull from those every day and make it uniquely my own.
Right. Just pick whatever color are feeling that day.
And they're little, they would be little things.
Mm-hmm.
So where I only have a limited amount of that floss, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So
that's a great idea.
It would be fun. I'd get to use all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
See, I love talking with somebody because you do brainstorm and I process like that. I listened to Michelle's last Stitch with me, and she was talking about maybe this isn't the best idea to just process all this while I'm talking, but it works.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And don't you worry, everyone. Once we come up with our plans for the year, we'll show them to you.
Yeah, that'll be. Maybe we'll do a whip parade and
that would be fun.
Like an end of year whip parade, and then maybe a New Year whip parade. Ooh. And plans.
Coming at you with a lot of stitching stuff, which is what you expected already.
Yes. This is a stitching channel.
Yes. We'll show you stitching. We'll talk a lot, but we'll also show you some stitching.
The other thing that we are doing is our photo challenge on Instagram. Yes. And you guys are really being fun, and I love it.
Oh, man, there's been so many cool things to look at.
And I like, I think one of my favorite ones, let me see if I can find it real quick. The day that was, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I can't think who it was, but somebody went right out there and they chose, oh, nope, wrong thing. Hello. They found their favorite pattern out there for a hippo. And I am in love with this.
Yeah.
This was from Connie, Count Twice, Stitch Once. This is a Christmas hippopotamus that she found on Etsy. Look at that.
Oh, that's so cute.
I think I need that.
Yeah. You can hang up your tribal hippo during the rest of the year and then have your festive hippo.
Wouldn't it be funny? Oh my gosh, I just think that's adorable. Yeah. So people have been doing that where they're just, sometimes they post a picture, sometimes they post a whip. Here's part of what's going on. I have to watch the glare. Part of what's going on with it. I think my fingers are on that screen. Okay, and I'm going to use my stylus maybe. Wrong way. Hello. There we go. Look at the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Thank you, everyone, for posting and everything. It's been a lot of fun to look at.
It has. And keep posting.
Yes.
So you do not have to own these things. For whatever reason, I had already used... I was going to use that, but it doesn't have a drum on it. And I didn't even think about using a drum, like a drum finish. Not that I have one, but I could have, talked about the Tiny Modernist there. But I found this cute one from JBW Designs.
That's cute.
And it's the little drummer boy. It's from her Sing a Song of Christmas series. And it's really sweet. And I think Judy Starkey said she has that one and she wants to stitch it. So one day I showed my new bag because it had, hello, can we turn far enough? It had Grinch green right there.
Perfect.
So, and I got to show off my new bag.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy. The prompts every day are Christmas carols. And today's prompt is Silent Night. And then we'll have Jingle Bell Rock. Christmas Time is Here. You know what that is, the Peanut song.
Yes.
I'm not going to sing that high. Yeah.
You don't want to hear
Christmas time is here. There you go. And then there's Blue Christmas, the 12 Days of Christmas, Joy to the World, This Christmas. That's the one that gets stuck in my head because I hear it over and over. And then, okay, today is the 8th. One more. Do you hear what I hear? So next Sunday, I get to show that one. But every day, we just have to come up with something. And, you can show me a picture of anything and tell me how that works.
Definitely.
We just want people to show some fun stuff.
Yeah, and you can use the hashtag on Facebook too and just tag us.
Yeah.
Our friend Deanna has been posting every day on Facebook since she doesn't have an Instagram, and that's been great.
And I love it because she said, I was thinking about her too. She said, oh, I love that I I'm just getting to show some of these fun older finishes. She is the ornament queen. She really is. So, Keisha talked, speaking of ornaments, Keisha talked me off the ledge yesterday.
I did.
I was watching Flosstube and I was listening to people talk about Flossmas and Vlogmas, and they're vlogging every day for just like a short amount of time. And they're the goal. I said to Keisha, messaged her and said, "What is Flossmas?" And she's like, "I don't know, but I keep hearing it." And then I saw somebody talk about it, and I Googled it. And you're supposed to start a new ornament every day. Caroline at Off the Grid Needle Arts hosts it.
Oh, okay.
And I don't stitch a lot of ornaments.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I would end up with a bunch of little starts. But I thought, I have a lot of Christmas projects and I could just start a new one every day until Christmas. And Keisha said,
it's like, Laura, do you remember when you tried to start 13 new things in October for Halloween and how you said that it just drove you crazy?
I seem to be becoming kind of monogamous in my stitching.
Yeah. Whenever you get that monogamous stitching wave, just write it. And it's wonderful that there are so many different challenges and different things to participate in. But you don't have to actively participate in everything. You can participate by just commenting on those videos or commenting on people's new starts. You don't have to do everything. But you can still feel like you're part of it.
We are coming up with some fun challenges for our group Whatcha Stitchin'. And our goal is not to make you fit your stitching to the prompt, but to make the prompt fit your stitching.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, basically we're going to come up with a bunch of different challenges, and buffet style, you pick which challenges you want.
And, so you should pull out your project and just make progress during the week. That's our goal. And talk. We want people to talk. So
definitely. So if you haven't joined us over there, it's Whatcha Stitching on Facebook.
I should write that down and then we could show it, huh? Yeah. I will do it. And it has a picture of my cat Poppy looking up at you because she was laying on my lap and she looked up and went, brrr, just like, "What you stitching, Mom?" Because I'm always stitching with her on my lap.
Right.
So this is what it looks like. And if you ask for membership, I think there's a little question. Nothing hard. It's something like, why do you stitch, or what do you like to stitch, or what season? It's either that one or the KCMO group.
Oh, I'm not sure what the question is. But if you ask to be added, I'll look at you and be like, "Oh, they look like they stitch," and then I will approve you. Or Laura will approve you. Yes. Whichever one is looking at Facebook at the time.
Keisha's usually better about that than I am. If you are in the Kansas City area or you visit the Kansas City area, that is our other group, KCMO Stitch Together, and Stitch Together is all one word. That group meets, we're supposed to try and meet the second Saturday of every month. Yeah. It doesn't always work, but the group has posts about it, and we have a nice location where we meet, and we get to go and hang out, and we stitch for hours, so it's just like a nice long stitchy day.
And we also post in there about our Panera meetups, and then other people will post about other meetups that are in different suburbs of the city and things like that. So check it out if you're in the Kansas City area.
It's a fun group. Speaking of meeting at Panera, Keisha and I, we're going to remind you again, probably remind you every week, we're going to do Hawk Run Hollow Thursdays next year. They're going to be our stitch at Panera. We're both going to try and finish a Hawk Run Hollow. Are you going to try and finish yours?
I'm going to try.
Okay. We're going to try and finish a block a month of our Hawk Run Hollows. Mine is a year at Hawk Run Hollow.
And mine is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow.
And we're going to see if we can finish a whole block every month. Yeah. Now, I have one block that is solid that I'm not sure how much. But maybe if I get the picture in, then I can do that mindless fill in and it'll be okay.
Right. And I think we decided, we're going to work on it every Thursday. But if we want to work on it outside,
Yeah.
To finish it up.
I'm going to try and only work on that month's block at Panera. And then if I need to catch up, I may do that outside.
That's a good idea.
So, I don't know. I'm just going to try and see what I can do.
Yeah, but if you have a Hawk Run Hollow or a similar huge project, why not work on it on Thursdays with us?
Yeah, because our friend Vicky has this gorgeous cat picture that she's gonna. Almost all she stitches are cats, so it's always funny to say she has a cat project.
Right, that's not very specific.
But this one's really cool, and it's big. I can't think what it's called.
I think it's a gecko rouge, but I'm not sure the name of it.
Is it like rainbow cat or something?
I'm not really sure the name, but it's like a mom and a small cat. So it's very pretty.
Yeah, and it's a white background, right?
I think so, with just a lot of different colors. It almost looks watercolored. It's really pretty.
So she's going to do that on Thursdays. It's going to be her big project that she works on. I think she's already started it, and it was a little bit of a struggle. So she felt like if she did it on Thursdays, she would be there and be distracted. Right. I've said several times, I get distracted at Panera by all of you guys, and then I get a lot done. So the next thing I want to tell you about, and I'm sure we're running long today.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll edit it all out, okay?
Usually we let you get out of here in a half an hour. Not today, guys.
I don't even do caffeine, so...
Yeah, I haven't had any caffeine today either. We didn't see each other on Thursday for stitching this week, so this is us catching up also.
So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the Show Me Retreat. Ooh. That is coming up. Doggone it, I didn't look at the dates. I bet I put it in here, though. If I will just find it.
Last year's, well, I guess it was this year in July, the Show Me Retreat, it was a lot of fun. We had
good.
There was a pretty good turnout. Met a lot of new and interesting people, and it was really fun.
There were people who traveled from a long way. Oh. There were the 4 Georgia Stitchers. Yes. I loved getting to meet them. They're such sweet ladies.
Yes. And then our friend Felicity from Australia.
Yes.
And our friend Michelle from Oregon.
Yay!
All over the place. We had some from Florida. And
yes. They were really cute because they walked around saying, I can touch you. I'm in the same room with you. And I loved it. It was so funny. So you would just periodically feel like a little touch. I go, okay, one of them is close.
It's always exciting when you can meet your internet friends in person.
And I think we were all a little awestruck, which is funny for me, because, the Flosstube thing is always a little odd because people feel like they know you, and then you don't know them. We don't know them. And they don't think about that because they've been sitting talking to their TVs.
Right.
And just chatting right along with us.
Oh, yeah.
So just wait until you get recognized.
It's okay. You can talk to me like you know me, and I will awkwardly stand like, have I met this person before? They're talking to me like they've met me before. So I'll just smile a lot.
I will ask you your name. I ask everybody their name. So... you just got to do that. The Show Me Retreat this next year is going to be April 23rd through 26th. It's a Thursday through Sunday. I think when you look at it, there's a Facebook page that talks about it. And then once you've paid your retreat fee, then you can be part of the Facebook group. But I think when it talks about it, that Katie listed it as the 23rd through the 25th. And she listed the 26th as a bonus day because, most of the time you have to get out on Sunday. I think we have the room until at least like 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
So you can get all packed up and just come in with your bag, your stitchy bag, and sit and stitch and chat.
Perfect.
So, and we're even going to encourage you that day to bring, if you're local or if you know somebody local, to bring a friend in to stitch for the day.
Wow, that's fun.
So that'll be a, you can bring your friend for free.
Oh, okay.
So
great.
On that Sunday. But we have a lot of things planned. Love You More Studios, Love You More Events is planning this one. And we have a lot of ideas. We have swag will be a little different because it'll be curated a little differently. In the past, I've had a lot of fun just saying, it'll be fun to get this and this and this. And Katie is not that kind of a person, so it will all be
very lovely and very well thought out.
And I will say this in the wrong order. Our theme is Stitch, Share, Celebrate.
Nice. I'd like to do all of those at a retreat.
And I think I have it. Maybe it's share, stitch, celebrate. I always say them in the wrong order. Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't write it down.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to stitch something. You'll have to share with your friends. And you'll have to celebrate the fact that you're there with your friends.
Yep. And celebrate your finishes.
Yes.
And
just celebrate being in a room of stitchers.
I think Sue is coming with her. I'm going to ask if she's coming with her beads.
Oh, yeah. Last year, there's this woman named Sue, and she is great.
Prolific stitcher.
Oh my good, and one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So she wore all of these beads around her neck, and anytime you're like, I have a finish, she would come over and you got some beads. And that was so exciting. Luckily, I had something that was really close to a finish that I did finish at the retreat, so I got some beads.
So you got beads. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So maybe you need to wear last year's beads to next year's, or this year's beads to next year's retreat too.
Maybe so.
Then you'll have to add to it.
Yeah, then I'll look like I already finished something. I'll look like I'm ahead of the game.
Everybody, so that's the goal. You should just all have a bunch of projects that are nearly finished, and you can bring those with you, and then I did not finish anything.
Loaded up with beads.
It was fun. It was fun meeting people, and it just was the nicest group of ladies. I was so impressed. We would love to have some gentlemen join us. I don't know if Robert watches us or not, but we discovered after the retreat, and he discovered after the retreat, that we had one, and that he loves Michelle Bendy, and he found out she had been here. And he was just like, right. So we keep trying to meet him, but his work schedule is difficult to get in. So,
but yeah, cross stitches for everybody. So, gentlemen, please come.
Yes. So, ladies too, you can come.
Yeah,
too.
We would like you there.
Even if you're not a lady.
Some of us aren't as ladylike as others.
So, I think that's almost it. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think I have anything else today.
Did we talk about our plans just to stitch? Yes,
we did.
You did.
Yeah, I said I was going to work on Christmas calendar, and it sounds like you are going to work on...
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's kind of...
Maybe your 40 count thing that you pulled out of your bag today, and maybe that house.
Yeah, I will probably work on that 40 count piece during daylight hours today, because that's easier for me.
Right. So... who knows what Laura will show you next week? I will probably show you Christmas calendar.
Come back and see.
Yes. Always an adventure.
Yes. So we want to thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. Thank you for coming by. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, join in this fun, and hit the bell so you can get notifications each time we post a new video, which will usually be Sundays.
I will say that IX Stitch, Vicky, and Doug said that the subscribe button, they have it clicked, and that it hasn't been sending notifications. So check back. Keisha and I are trying to be pretty faithful to Sundays doing this, and it takes me a little longer to get it edited, but I get it done, and then Katie uploads it for us.
Right. So just be looking for it Sunday evening, Monday morning.
Yep. So I think that's it.
Right. I think that's it.
Bye.